Friday, July 31st. Welcome to another exciting edition of Rate Desk. I'm your host, Michael Thomas, here to talk about multifamily interest rates and other news. I'm reporting live from somewhere in Southern California on my way to San Diego, and the weather is nice. Jumping to the markets today, all three major indices are up. There was some positive earnings news from Apple, which led to an increase in their stock by over 10%. So some of the other markets kind of jumped on that bandwagon and moved up. We are seeing the Dow and the S&P up as well. Very positive trends there. The U.S. 10-year Treasury yields are down. They are down from where they were about a week ago by about 7 basis points, if you can believe that. They're now trading down in the 53.53 basis point range, which is quite low. Some analysts are wondering, will they go lower? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Jumping over to the crude oil futures, $40 barrel range. Came down a little bit from 41 where it was, but still got a 4 in front of it, so I will take that. Going over to the multifamily interest rates, 223F rates are down a bit. They're in the 235, fixed for 35 years, that's 2.35. 221D for permanent and construction rate, down in the 295, still got a 2 handle on it. It's very, very low. Jumping over to the GSEs, our Fannie Mae rate at 280, Freddie Mac at 280 at parity. That's really due to the spreads of Freddie Mac getting much more narrow, much tighter to compete with Fannie Mae. So you rarely see them at parity, but they are at parity, really driven by Freddie's aggressiveness to get more business this year. So that's a positive trend, good to see that. Jumping over to other news, what I want to speak with you about today, I was reading an article and it made me think of transit-oriented development because of a trend. It was an article in the Wall Street Journal, and they were talking about cities that have more bike transit. And then, of course, in this time period, with public transit being down, some American cities have seen a big uptick in bicycle commuting. Cities like New York, even Oakland, California, has taken 10% of their streets and said they're going to be car-free permanently. So then going overseas, you look at a place like the Netherlands and Denmark. Over there you've got cities where 9 in 10 people have a bike, and over 25% of all journeys are made by bicycle. That is unbelievable. And it made me think, again, a little further. I live out in the suburbs of Colorado, Parker, Colorado, and there is a bike path, bike trail system really, that connects a lot of the suburbs of Colorado all the way into Denver. So living and renting in a suburban community, can you bike into your work environment? That's a question I have for you as developers, and as developers that are looking at suburban development. Is there a way to promote, or maybe through a public-private partnership, have a commuter trail or be a part of something that eventually develops along those lines? I think that would be great. Talk about green. I mean, you're not only talking about green in terms of less pollution on your campus, but also the entire area and reducing pollution that would lead into the city. It's just a thought that I had reading about that. Clearly, when things are safe again, many people are going to return to public transit. It's a very affordable form of commuting and transportation. But then you think about bicycles, and they're probably the next best alternative in terms of cost. There's no fuel. There's the reality of, can you bike that, I guess, depending on how far you live. But if you're able to do that, that could be another alternative going forward. That is my thought of the day. I can't believe there's only 5 more months left in this year. Here we are at the end of July. Hard to believe, going into August. Hey, I want to let everybody know that we're moving Rate Desk episodes. They're going to be popping up on Wednesdays. So you will see a new Rate Desk every week on Wednesdays. We are putting out 2 new series. I think you heard about my announcement of NAHB, that's the National Association of Home Builders Power Hitters, and our newest series coming out, Money Talks, where I'm going to be interviewing some of the top folks in housing finance, policy, and government. So definitely come back to Yield Pro TV. Tune in. This has been another exciting edition of Rate Desk. I am your host, Michael Thomas, signing off.